Alright, what's up guys? This is Moon here, and this is like my fourth take on the vlog, so I'm probably just gonna upload this one. I don't really know how long it's gonna be, but the main topics I want to cover are the off season, how I feel after this weekend, after we lost 0-2 to Echo Fox and 0-2 to Dignitas as well, which I feel like they're both not, they're both good teams, but I feel like they're not like the top tier teams. So it sucks really bad to lose to them, especially super hard like we did. And then I also want to talk about Wildturtle joining the team and kind of what was happening during that whole time period, because obviously TSM was playing in MSI, so everything happened really late for us. So after we lost to Phoenix 1 in Vancouver, I also have to be really careful not to like move my desk or something, because if my webcam moves, then everything freezes and it lags up. I'm gonna be really sad if that happens like halfway through the vlog. But so after we lost to Phoenix 1, playing in Vancouver was like the best thing ever. By the way, for me, it was like my first time playing in front of such a huge crowd, and even though we lost, it was a really good experience for me, and I think I grew a lot as a player from it. But afterwards, during off season, I felt pretty shitty because I didn't really have anything. I realized how much like playing on a team and bonding with my teammates and like just having something to work on every day matters to me. Because holy shit, I felt terrible during off season. Like I was trying to stream a lot just to get like some social interaction and like some just anything to do, because I felt like I had nothing to do for like the entire month that I had off. I was going through a breakup at the time, and I started going through the breakup like right before Vancouver, so it like kind of impacted my practice and stuff, and no excuses or anything, but like obviously mentally it takes a toll on you. And then so I was like in my head I was like, oh yeah, during off season it'll be hella nice, like I'll just have time to think about it and like be myself again, and like it won't impact my team. That was my mindset. I was like, oh yeah, like it'll be nice. No, not at all. Like my thoughts were just fucking destroying me during off season because I had nothing to distract myself from them. I'm good now. I'm a lot better now. But that was not a very fun time. So I think this off season was actually really depressing for me, and I couldn't wait for LCS to start again. Whereas normally I feel like, I don't know, I feel like in the past, for the past like 2 years that I've been playing, the off season is like I can't wait for it to happen, and then when I'm in off season it feels like it's never long enough. Like I feel like I always want more time to myself and more time to just not be playing, because playing on a team is super stressful. So after Vancouver, Alltech left the team, or didn't want to necessarily play for us, and kind of voiced that to our management, and obviously we had to look for new AD. So we had a decent amount of options, and I don't know exactly if I can say all of them, but we had a couple of options from EU, and then we had a couple of options from NA, and obviously everyone on the team's #1 AD was Wildturtle. But TSM was in MSI, like playing super late, so we couldn't contact them or anything until they were finished playing, which was like a week before LCS. So we were playing with XP Cake, who's actually here. He's a live-in sub now. And we were trying to sign, we were looking for some other people, but there are some problems with that. So we were playing with XP, and I think PK is actually like a really good player. Unfortunately, like Wildturtle is just an amazing player, I think. So kind of unlucky, but I think XP is actually a really good player. I think he would possibly, he's definitely an LCS worthy AD carry, just from scrimming with him. Where was I? So okay, so Wildturtle joined the team, and this guy's this guy's like the fucking best teammate ever. And I think he brings a lot of perspective to our team because he was on TSM, and obviously TSM did a lot of things right during the season, and they've been to finals every single time. So I think he brings a lot of perspective of like, this is how we should be doing things, or this isn't how we should be practicing, or we should be trying to do this in scrims, or here's what we should be doing on stage, and stuff like that to the team. And I think he's also like a really friendly and bubbly person. He's really talkative, and he really just makes you feel welcomed, and that's really nice. I've actually when I was on Energy, when I went to Korea with Energy, obviously we had Alltech, but before Alltech joined, Energy tried out Wildturtle actually. So I had talked to him, and we were pretty close when we were out in Korea before. So we were already kind of friends, and I feel like we kind of just like clicked in a way. And me and him are really good friends, so that's really nice. So we've been practicing. I think we had like a week of scrims with Wildturtle before, maybe a week and a half of scrims before LCS, which is a little bit less than we would have liked, but better than nothing, I guess. Could have always been worse. So going into this weekend, our scrims were kind of shitty, like kind of similar to last season, where we were still losing like 80% of our scrims, which is not a very good thing. We're losing like 80% of our scrims still, and a lot of them feel like a big waste of time. But I think with Wildturtle, and we also have Hermes now as an assistant coach, things are getting better, I think. I don't know. It's really hard because everything is so skewed from our scrims just because the results are so bad, and it's just really hard to like get a good grasp on like matchups and what works for us in like the meta, because it's like, oh yeah, I can't tell if this jungle matchup's actually good because their jungler got 2 kills in the first 5 minutes or something like that, or same for every lane. Hopefully that can get better. I think us losing in the beginning of the split, before I jump to the next thing, I think us losing in the beginning of the split might actually just be better than us winning in the beginning of the split, because I think it might kind of click in all of us like, okay, shit, we have to actually start improving and start trying to give it our all. And I don't know, I feel like it's a really hard thing to solve. Like, it's not as simple as just like, okay, yeah, why don't you guys just take scrims seriously, because obviously we are and everyone wants to win. But I don't know what the problem is, and I think a lot of teams have like somewhat a problem similar to this, but I don't know, man. We gotta figure something out. And then going to this weekend, I feel like personally for the past 2 weeks, ever since we started scrimming again, I've actually been playing like really badly. Mainly mechanically. I don't know why. I really have no idea why. Like I feel like something in me changed. Or like I don't feel like I'm playing like myself, which is really weird, and I don't know what's going on, but I feel really shitty, and I feel like I'm fucking up a lot, like just mechanically, and I think it happened in LCS too. Like in scrims it's been happening, and normally like I'll fuck up mechanically in scrims and it's fine, because I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm just testing my limits. But I feel like on stage I've always played really solid mechanically. But this weekend, versus Echo Fox, the first game I played really bad mechanically. And versus Dignitas, I think I played both games really fucking bad. Like, I actually just played like garbage today. And it's kind of worrying, because I don't know what's wrong. I feel like something in me changed. Like, I feel like I'm doing something different in terms of like my practice or something, but I'm not. So I'm not really sure what to do, and it's kind of worrying for me. Obviously losing O2 is really shitty, but I feel like I'm taking these losses like much harder than I've ever taken any losses before, because I feel like I was like a big part of the reason why we lost, and I feel like I said earlier, I played weird. I played not like myself on stage, which is something I haven't done since Energy. I felt like, I don't know, I can't explain it. Like, I just feel like I played really different, and I didn't really play to my team's strengths, and I have a lot of regrets of like how I played. Like, okay, yeah, I should, like, looking back, obviously hindsight's 20/20, but just after each game I would look back, I would think back of the game and be like, okay, yeah, why the fuck did I path like that, or like, why did I play that gank like that, or something like that. So I think I really have to figure out what happened, and obviously it's just 1 week, so there's still a lot of games to go. But losing this early on kind of sucks, because all the teams are really shitty. So it's like, if we don't improve more than the other teams, then we're not going to be making playoffs or worlds or anything like that. And also, on that note, it's also really stressful, because I'm the only one on the team that hasn't like done amazingly well before. Like everyone on the team has gone to Worlds. Everyone on the team has played in finals, won finals, I believe, in NA. And my best is third place. Not that that's a bad thing. Like I'm the rookie on the team, but it feels like to me like making Worlds would be amazing. Making Worlds is like the ultimate dream goal for me, you know. And I feel like for the rest of the players on the team, like making Worlds is the minimum, you know. So it's kind of stressful for me. I feel like it's maybe that's why I'm not playing so well, because last split I feel like I didn't really have any expectations for myself, and I feel like no one really had any expectations for me either. Like I was a very last minute addition to the team, so it was kind of like for me I felt like I had nothing to lose. I literally could only go up from there. In the entire offseason last year before I joined FLYQuest, I was expecting to just be playing on some shitty challenger team or like retiring or something, so I felt like I had nothing to lose. Whereas now I feel like there's a lot of expectations that I'm putting on myself. And maybe that's causing me to underperform, or maybe it's causing me to overthink things, or I'm not sure. I think we have a fucking solid lineup, especially with Wildturtle. Like I think everyone on the team is really good, and I feel like we all play the game pretty similarly, but I think the way that we're playing is really bad. So we gotta fix that. I think we gotta figure out the meta a little bit more. And also this weekend versus both teams, we had some draft problems, which is not like a management, or which is not a coaching problem. It's like an everybody problem. Drafting problems are always a everybody problem, because everyone on the team puts input on the champions and stuff like that. But like for example, versus Echo Fox, sorry, it's like 3 a.m. so I'm a little bit tired. Versus Echo Fox, we like blind picked Cassidon, and then they just picked Lucian mid, and that's like the dream. They picked Lucian mid when they had Ivern, and that's just like their dream. Like we pretty much lost the game off that pick alone. And then today we picked Gragas Jungle and Shen top versus Fiora, and then we had 3 AP on top side. We're just putting ourselves in really bad situations for draft, I think. And obviously you can always play better as a team and always play better like individually to make any draft work, but it puts yourself in like a losing situation from the get-go. So I think a lot of that comes down to like the champions that we're practicing in scrims, and I think that's like a really easy problem to fix, so I'm glad we got it out of the way early instead of having it happen later in the season. I actually don't know who we play next week, but I don't know. I think most of the teams are looking pretty bad right now, since it's like the very beginning of the season. It normally takes teams like 3 to 4 weeks to ramp up, get back in the swing of things, and right now we're one of those teams. Last season we were a team that already had everything figured out, and everything. We were already a good team with synergy and stuff, so that's why we stomped at the beginning of the last split, but now we're one of the teams that's really bad. So we'll see. It's really early to tell like the teams that are really good and the teams that are actually bad, from the teams that are just like learning the new meta and stuff like that. Anyways, this is 13 minutes long, which is like a little bit longer than I wanted it to be, so I probably rambled a lot. I'm going to cut it here, and let me know if there's don't let me know if there's anything. I know there's a lot of stuff I could improve on, so let me know all the things that I can improve on for the vlog. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll try to do one again next week after LCS, hopefully after we 2-0.